Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, probably by now you guys know about what's happening here in the U.S. With the 20 children that were killed at this elementary school in Connecticut, and I mean, it was really hard to hear it. Like in the morning, I wasn't processing it the right way. I was still trying to understand like what was happening. Anyways, it's really hard to take all this in. Alexa and Eliana are in an elementary school, and I just saw some of the. I was watching TV, and I saw some of the parents, and they got recorded when they found out that their kid wasn't coming out of the classroom alive. And it's just that's when it hit me. That's when, like, I've been hearing about all these murders recently, and it isn't until it hits home, until you see another parent like in grief, and it's so hard. It's so hard to see like a mom and dad, or just a parent, like, is my kid okay? And then they're told that their son or daughter is dead. And it's like, and then you see the kids' reactions to, like, they heard loud noises and they compared it to a pan, a kitchen. And like, just the innocence, the innocence of these kids is never going to be the same, and like, there was a parent who was grieving, and he was like, yeah, my heart is bleeding right now. And I just feel sad for them, because, and it's just the reason why I'm sharing this, because I want you all to know, like, this is such a painful time. Like, I have two girls, and like, just imagining losing both of them, it's hard, especially in such an unfortunate situation, it's such an unexpected way. It's like, oh, it's hard, man. And so I sit here, I'm in the living room, like, listening, and I just start crying. I'm like, I need to share with all the reality changers in the world who might not live in the U.S. but are dealing with stuff. And I know that there's something happening in China as well, that something happened with some murders, and just in general, just murders in general, especially with children. But it only, it hits home, and you can feel it, like I felt it when I saw those parents cry. It's the moment they found out that they weren't gonna come out of that classroom, or the school. And I'm just like grateful, and I just feel so fortunate for, just in general, for all the parents. So, once again, for those of you who don't understand why I'm grieving, is 20 kids were killed in the shooting here in the United States, a place called Connecticut. And it's just hard. It's just hard to hear all this, and then, like, it's just, I mean, I think there has to be something done, something like, some sort of gun laws, more, not just for the people that buy them, for the people that make them, I think that's my take at that, I know that there's been violence in general in our society for a very long time, discrimination and other things, but I think it hits hard when you can relate to it. And the topic of children is so universal that anybody can relate to it, It's like, whoa, that could have been my child, that could have been Alexa, that could have been Eliana, that could have been Eliana and Alexa in that classroom. And I don't know what I would have done, And so I'm just grateful. But it's so hard, because it just hurts, Anyways, I just think it's important to share these moments. I mean, in general, I've been sharing it my whole life with you all, just here and there, all the goods and all the bads, and mostly goods, There's a lot of tough times in our lives. especially recently. But you know, it's just I'm grateful for what I have, you know, with the girls. And but yeah, I hope that all of you out there who are also dealing with and grieving and just in general just processing stuff in your own lives, whatever you're going through, just, you know, just know that you're not alone, especially right now. And don't forget that, you know, that everything's gonna be okay. You just gotta keep your head together, you know. I just thought like I said, it's important for me to bring this up and just put the camera up and let you all know that everyone's grieving right now. But it shouldn't get to this point, you know. It should never get to a point where, oh, this is what brings us together, you know. This is what brings us together. Anyways, it's unfortunate, you know. Like, I look at the girls, you know, like she's over here asleep, you know. It's like anybody else sleeps. It's just a tough time. I think another thing too is, like, I guess it just shows, like, you know, the importance of having support in your life, you know. And just, I don't know, always, I'm lost in words, man. I'm just lost in words. It's just a really hard time. I'm just tired too, you know. But I just couldn't help to feel sad and letting you all know, like, this is such a tough time. I hope you're all doing well, and we'll see you next time. And why don't you know, share on your comments below, like, what are you feeling right now? What is going through your mind? Let me know, you know. I think it's a good time to share what are you feeling, you know, because you're not alone, definitely not alone. So comment below and just let me know what's going on in your mind. What are you dealing with at home? What kinds of obstacles, what kind of grief you're dealing with, and how are you going to overcome that? You know, how are you going to be better? What are you going to do to do your best to be positive in tough times? You know, dads, moms out there as well. I think the key is to stay positive and in solidarity with the people who have lost their children today, and just in general who have lost children in the world, have lost somebody, you know.